Lord, may permit.
Now, did the number of candidates who appeared this year increase?
Please see, my lord, page 10. We have given that analysis also. Page 11.
10, huh?
Page 11. Sorry, my lord. 10 is 11, Hazaribagh. Appeared candidates 48,643. Number of centers 70. And out of 48,000, Lord, this
last year, how many candidates appeared from Patna?
my lord, 40,000. Page 0, my lord. 40,000. 901.
Where do you get that page 30?
30, my lord, from my lord, fifth or seventh line from the bottom, my lord. Bihar, Patna, number of students appearing in 22, 34,000. No, yes. Last year, 40,901. It is increasing, my lord. 34 becomes 40 and then becomes 48. So that increase is also, my lord, proportionate every year. Same is the but there is an increase 2022 to 2023 to 2024 in almost all cities. And proportionate increase. My lord, for example, Hazaribagh, if your lordships were to see page 32, fourth column from the top. Hazaribagh, in 22, the candidates appeared were 1569 in 22. Then next to next column became 1963. And this year it became 27,033. But the success ratio is 4.61. It's not as if they were going there to get some undue benefit. Otherwise, my lord, the success ratio would have jumped. Lord,
now, what is the next point?
Lord, which I have, your lordships have seen page 10 and 11, my lords?
Yes, sir, 10 and 11.
The success ratio in Patna is 5.5. If we go by, my lord, your lordships may kindly see, my lord, Hazaribagh first 10, page 10. Out of 2,733 candidates, 4.6% are within 1,08,000 bracket. Half of which, according to my calculation, would not get because of the reservation. Subject to, my lord, they also being from that category, from the category, my lord, entitled for reservation. And for government seats, the success ratio in Hazaribagh is 2.1%. That again without counting the reservation. And page 11, please see the chart which we have, my lord, placed for your lordship's consideration. This is center-wise chart. The success rate is 2.2, 1.1, 3.8, 1.2.
Oasis public school is about 4.75.
1.1, my lord. If we go by, my lord.
622.
Yes. But St. Xavier's has 6.2. So it is between 3 to 7, my lord. Substantially consistent.
But just one thing I want to point out. The reference point they have taken out for this percentage, they start with 12 lakh. Then sometime they come to reference point is 1 lakh 8,000. Sometime reference point is 56,000. Sometime reference point is the marks above 622. But this will not lead us anywhere whatsoever. This is all, wherever the picture is seen normal, they pick up that reference point and present this data. A haystack and 1,000 needles put in here and there, and they say the haystack doesn't seem to be imbalanced. Please.
My lord, the petitioners. We have taken 56,000 and 1 lakh 8,000 because the petitioners argued only on that basis that 600 marks, then I'll not get it. More than 600, I'll get it, etc. Please now, Lord, last come to page 47. Lord, I have given a cumulative chart. What would be the position of the person, of a student who gets a particular mark? And please come to the last column, my lord, at serial number 115. Just to give a broad outline. 115. The student who will get 600 will be.
What do you mean by cumulative frequency?
Cumulative frequency means, my lord, this is where he would stand out of 1,88,000. So he would stand at serial number.
Serial number 1 marks 720. Cumulative frequency would be 61. What does that mean? Oh, right, those 61 toppers.
Yeah, yes, my lord. It includes them.
It includes the 1563.
Yes.
When we deleted the 17, it came down to 44.
No, yes, yes.
Right.
Plus, my lord, when we see 600.
Sorry, initially it was 67. When you deleted the 1563.
Jajjar deleted.
Right, it came to 61.
And when you come out of Jajjar now, come to Haryana, then come to India. My learned friends, I understand his love for Jajjar, but he has to come out of Jajjar now.
Mr. Buddha has his loyalty, you know.
Yes, I respect that.
So out of
the cumulative,
out of the 61, 44, as we were told, are people who get full marks for option 2.
Yes, and my lord, what I say, cumulative frequency.
So if the option 2 is not treated as a correct answer, we'll eventually get 17 students who have got 720 out of 720.
Possibly, yes.
760.
But okay, but that doesn't lead to any malpractice. I mean, that's a different question.
It's not the malpractice. Yeah. If you take away those 4 marks
for option 2,
and you add one more negative mark, so there would be at least 5 marks less.
So they'll get 715.
715, and then their rank would accordingly be adjusted.
Because if what Sukriti argued yesterday, if she's right, then they will be down from 720 to 715.
Lord, there is one.
And yesterday, of course, we had the figure also, right?
Lord, can we complete this rather than going into that area, right?
773 candidates, 4,20,773 candidates who gave option 2 as their answer.
Correct.
And those
Lord.
4,20,000 were given full marks for that.
Lord, I'll, my Lord, assist your lordship.
Suppose we don't answer that right now, you
Right.
won't know.
Yeah, yes.
We'll go.
Because, my Lord, Miss Tanvi Dubey, my Lord, in the morning called me to intimate, to inform me that one boy or girl, my Lord, has approached her that she has got 720 out of 720. So for her, that 5 marks,
We'll go to 750.
15. So
Absolutely.
I said that you move the court and whatever your, I'll make my submissions, my Lord, on that question.
Then we will hear you for that girl. Huh?
Yes, yes.
Give us the name of that girl and what you are arguing, because we like to hear you, because we have a representative from that category.
Yes. Lord, please see 115. What I mean, cumulative frequency. Lord, when I say that I got 600 marks, above me have 30 persons, my Lord, in 30 individuals with 601 mark also. Hypothetical figure. 30 is hypothetical figure because every mark, every figure has more than one students getting those figures, my Lord, in a span of 24 lakhs.
Now, when
Therefore,
seal number 2, Mr. Solicitor, 716 marks,
yes,
cumulative frequency is 71.
correct, my Lord.
So this will include 71, will include the 61?
61, yes, 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 yes. That is cumulative.
These 71 people would be, say, 716 and above.
Yes. So accordingly, when we were considering the figure of 600,
So in other words, somebody who gets 716 would rank as the 71st candidate,
yes, your lordship, sorry, correct.
or between 61 and 71.
Depending upon, my lord, what is the upper position, it would be a total reshuffle.
It would be 14 at item 1, then 44, 10 people at 716, and 288 plus whatever those.
They would be directly
44
impacted. They
people.
would be directly impacted. They will go down.
And interestingly, we are taking 622 as the mark for the 56,000 seats. That you'll get at seal number 93.
Correct.
Third column.
Yes.
That, and 1,08,000, let us see now. 1,08,000 is
No, see,
577.
130,
130. That's how we
570.
get it here.
This is, my lord, what we have done.
What more, Mr.
Lord, few more, my lord, few.
Now, we'd
Before
like
that,
to, you can take it at your own time, but we'd like you to show us the 1563 candidates.
yes, it's there. It's there. My lord, we have prepared it yesterday, my lord.
It's here.
It was there, my lord, but
I think it's at page 11 over here.
yes, my lord, but we have done a little better exercise. Page 8, bottom, my lord, your lordship may kindly see.
Page 8, got it.
Yes.
156.
Lord, they were, your lordships are aware, they were given grace marks initially, what was termed as compensatory marks. And thereafter, retest was taken.
They belong to how many centers?
I'll just, my lord, there is another, my lord, 6 centers, my lord. 6. I'll give the details, center-wise also.
From 6 centers.
Yes.
And these were the candidates who were given compensatory marks because they were given the wrong paper.
No, because they could not get 3 hours 20 minutes full time.
And why did they not get the full time?
There are different reasons, but essentially because of the wrong paper being given
Right.
initially, paper being taken up, and
They were given either the Can Bank paper
and those,
or maybe also different medium of instruction also.
that is only one case, my lord. That is one case.
Savai Madhopur.
Savai Madhopur. The rest are, my lord, my lord, when we are dealing with, my lord,
The examination, that can't be because our court
there
had
is
permitted
none.
it.
There is none.
We dismissed the writ petition.
No,
Did we? No, we didn't dismiss the writ.
Your
petition.
lordship did not.
Permitted it to
The
take
challenge was to grant of compensatory marks.
Right.
So we pointed out
But we are now
that
holding a.
now we are holding a fresh test. So court said now that question does not arise.
When
That's the
special test held.
23rd of June 24. But out of 1563, only 813 appeared. An option of not appearing. And my lord, I must tell you, nothing would turn on this, my lord, but as a piece of information, why, my lord, out of 1563, only 813 appeared? Lord, suppose I am a student, I did not get half an hour out of 3 hours, 20 minutes. I completed my paper, say, in 2 hours. I'm a brilliant student. I may not choose to go for and take my chance in the retest. Therefore, the option was that either you accept your result of less time performance or you are given an option of appearing again. Well, the rest of them chose because some may be meritorious, but we can't compel them.
Marks were then withdrawn. Nobody then
To
got
everyone.
those who chose to stand by their original result. That is the original result minus the
Minus compensatory marks. So the student will have a choice that minus compensatory mark, I am getting this much. I have performed well. So why should I take a chance or gamble by appearing again? It was a gamble. He could have got more.
compensatory marks which were given, was it uniform for everyone?
Uniform.
How many marks were given?
Uniform. Proportionate formula, my lord. There was some formula as per CLAT, my lord.
But everybody got the same compensatory mark. Or it varied
Same
from
methodology was applied.
Same methodology.
Same method.
Based on what they had scored.
Scored and what the time lost.
So everybody didn't get like 4 marks or 5 marks.
No, not a fixed figure. The system applied was same.
The same formula was applied.
Same formula. I'm sorry.
Results.
Yes.
Depending on how much compensatory mark, everybody didn't get the same compensatory mark.
No.
The same principle was applied.
But
Maybe
whatever was given.
Those students have either had to appear or have their original result minus
Compensatory mark. Yes. So out of those 1563, 813 appeared. They may not have fared well, my lord, in the first. So out of 156 candidates, 1563 candidates, as on 30th June, 26 candidates have scored equal to or more than 577. That is corresponding to 1,08,000 mark. And success rate is 1.7%. And out of this, 11 have scored equal to or more than 622.
Now, those who remained didn't take the new examination. How many of them got more than 622? Those who didn't take the...
We have, my lord, we'll check up. Your lordship, it would be an interesting figure because maybe they didn't appear because they had more than 60.
Then they felt that they had done well enough.
They have done well. And my 6.
7 out of it.
I can prepare it and give it to your lordship.
800.
Lord, because I may get, Lord, so for example, I have got 600 marks without compensatory. I might feel that if I reappear, I might come down to 550. So I don't take a chance that whatever admission I'll get wherever at 600, I'll take that chance. They took that chance. And success ratio is 1.7% in 1,08,000 and 0.7.
This is the 1563 now we've done.
Yes.
Now, which is the next area?
Yes. Lord, next area, before I take your lordships to the other things, would your lordships like to see, my lord, the investigation?
Now, what what about since we are looking at the data, what about those who were given the Canbank paper?
What happened was, as I have said, we are dealing with 4750 centers. Human errors do occur in few of the centers. One human error
How many
was.
centers was the Canbank paper given actually? Let's see the
We have
Canbank
prepared.
issue.
We have
just want
undertaken that
clarity on that
exercise.
actually.
We have undertaken that exercise, yesterday night. There are two categories.
Just one second.
मेल कर दे संजय को. संजय करे. Four of this.
Para 3 also. At how many centers?
NEET UG were Canara Bank questions booklets distributed. Question papers from Canara Bank were distributed at 12 centers. Kindly see, out of 4750, out of 12 centers, 4 centers replaced the Canara Bank question papers with State Bank of India question papers. Thus, 8 centers, the questions paper from Canara Bank were used. Rightly or wrongly, they took the decision that having given a wrong question, now let them complete 3 hours and 20 minutes with the wrong question. Wrong in the sense that it was SBI and not Canara, with the difficulty level being the same. Whoever approached
How many total candidates answered the Canara Bank question bank?
Yes, 3307. And we have given center wise. And serial number 7 would, assist your lordships. The candidate of the above referred centers who answered Canara Bank were evaluated based upon the respective answer key of Canara Bank. Out of 3307, 59 candidates have scored more than 577, which corresponds to 1,08,000, and 17 have scored more than 622, that is respectively 1.7% and 0.5%. These are the students where the center superintendent took a decision that, all right, I have brought a wrong question paper, but let them complete now within 3 hours and 20.
3,307 candidates.
Yes. And next, my lord, my learned friend, my lord, mentioned that this key was never uploaded. That is factually not correct, my lord. Serial number 8, the answer key of Canara Bank question paper were also uploaded on 3rd June.
So for 8 centers, where the examination took place on the basis of the Canbank question bank,
Yes.
They have been graded and assessed on that basis.
On the basis of the answer, model answers of Canara Bank.
So 3,307 candidates are not assessed on the basis of SBI, but the Canbank, the wrong. Now,
in a sense, wrong, my lord. Yes.
But
both were correct. But one.
Has some moderation been done between the Canbank and the SBI question?
Lord, the report of the expert is that the difficulty level of both the question papers are same. And that is always one of questions are prepared. So that one question paper is not more difficult than the other.
in the SBI lot, I mean,
Remaining, my lord,
Remaining.
99%.
yeah, what is the success rate for the, for 622 and above?
But if your lordship sees para 2, perhaps, my lord, of this. No. Lord, in the main written submissions, my lord, if your lordship comes to page 2. But this is total 4 point,
Yes.
page 2 of the original, first which I saw. The total number of candidates appeared is 23,33,162. The cutoff marks of
23
candidate
lakhs, 33,000.
162. Where I'm roughly using 24. This is the correct figure, accurate figure, madam. So the cutoff mark, whose rank is within 1,08,000, is 577, which is 4.6%.
4.6% get at least 577 marks.
Yes, madam. And
6,000,
2.4%.
which is 622 marks, is how many? Is 2 point?
4%.
So really speaking, then here the rate is 1.7% and 0.5%.
Correct.
So the Canara Bank success rate is lower.
My lord, maybe the caliber of the students also needs to be, my lord. Because when the papers are set, my lord, the experts are told to set it in such a way that since we have to give last minute option, both must have the same difficulty level.
Obviously,
I
two
must-
sets of question papers, the instructions to the paper setters that set them at the same level of
My lord,
difficulty.
we have, my lord, after paper setters, we have
Of course,
moderators.
nothing can be absolutely perfect, but there'll be some moderators who do even the moderation
Moderation
of
of the question paper,
question paper.
and for moderating the question paper of both Canara and State Bank, we have the same moderators.
But tell us, how is Canara Bank question paper distributed in the first place?
That's, my lord, I'll answer.
What is
that,
it
my lord.
said here in the first two questions? Who authorized the city coordinator for
yes.
collection of trunks?
Lord, please see, city coordinator is authorized by DG NTA in writing. The authorization letter contains the name, photograph, and signature of city coordinator duly authorized by DG NTA. I must tell your lordships, my lord, this goes digitally because it's impossible to send personally to 4,750 students. So he has to take a printout. So he can have 2 printouts. Now, this is to enable him to produce the authorization letter to the bank and to ensure that the bank can verify that the same authorized person has come to collect. It is responsibility of city coordinator to distribute the respective trunks containing booklets, each of which are individually and collectively sealed to the respective centers. This handing over by the bank to city coordinator is recorded in CCTV. As per the practice, the city coordinator goes along with center superintendent as well as an independent neutral observer appointed by NTA for each center. The observer is appointed for each center, who is generally a principal or a lecturer of the nearby educational institutions. Every center has, my lord, an observer.
So in the morning of the examination, the DG NTA would indicate which is the set, which set is the CanBank set or the SBI set to be taken up.
Yes,
That message is passed on to the city coordinator.
correct.
And the city coordinator in turn relays it to the center,
He has-
center superintendent.
Yes, but he has 2 options. Either he can go and collect everything and distribute, but generally practice is he calls every center superintendent and the observer to come. They go together and take their respective trunks.
But then if that is done, how is it that some chaps went to, got
Lord,
the Canada?
your lordships are absolutely right, but I put it that way, my lord. He may be having, my lord, both. The authorization, my lord, is not bank wise. Authorization is person wise. Mr. X is authorized.
But the banks are informed by DGNTA in the morning that, look, we are
But that-
choosing the,
that-
SBI option.
Please, my lord, lacuna. I will not, my lord, say anything wrong before your lordships. This should be introduced. The bank should be instructed. Both banks should be instructed that you give and you
will
don't.
not give.
Yes.
Because this should be centrally circulated to CanBank. I mean, CanBank this time, that look, your paper is to be now maintained in safe custody in the bank itself. You will not distribute that question paper.
And SBI should be told that you don't give if somebody comes.
Yeah. And only SBI papers will be
But
distributed.
my lord, kindly examine from this point of view, out of 4,750 centers, rest of the person, my lord, except these 4-5 instances, rest of the persons understood the training correctly. They are trained that you have to go to the center. You are informed in the morning at 8 o'clock. So the system as a whole has worked, my lord, except human error at 0.3%, my lord, centers. That is 8 centers out of 4,750.
All right. Now we'll go on to the investigation.
Please. Lord, Lord, please come to the first report. Lord, I'll request, my lord, is the Lord, I've requested my friend, my lord, to sit with me so that I can. Well, he is Mr. Krishna, is additional director CBI, and the officer is, my lord, the DIG CBI. Both of them, my lord, have done a, my lord, wholesome work. My lord, from para 1 to 16.
This is you are reading para now. What are you reading, Mr.
The first report. I'm not reading it, my lord. I'm just
right.
bringing
First report, no?
first report.
What is 120?
Oh, in the envelope. Hmm? My lord, if your lordship would like to see the sealed envelope, there is one.
Numbered paragraphs are all consecutively numbered.
No, the sealed envelope, it's interesting. Lord, each paper, along with OMR sheet, is put in one-time terrible plastic bag. It is like this. I'll, my lord, give to your lordship, my lord, because the moment, my lord, I tear it, I cannot repaste it. It is one-time terrible. It's not a glue stick thing.
Yes.
Thereafter, 24 papers are, my lord, packed in another pack, which is like this. I don't want to demonstrate that. And thereafter, my lord, I have explained from page 1 to para 1 to 16 how at different level there are 7 layers of securities. Lord, at page 4, एक नहीं है खुला, एक दे दो कोई भी एक पेपर.
Actually, the English one refer to the
one paper. I'll just give for your lordship's consideration. So that after this, your lordships would find what is the relevance in the investigation. I can give it to my learned friend also. There is now a paper which is exhausted, so there is no difficulty. But the point is, this is one time terrible. If I open it once, it cannot be packed again.
This is a skip or anything like that. It's
And
just
this is opened by the students. Now the paper which we got, the burnt paper which we got from the place where they were asked to memorize, we received a burnt paper. Now every paper has in the middle a unique number. Every student will have a unique number. I'll come to that. Just bear this in mind. Also, one sill here. Inside.
inside.
Inside also. Inside, once you tear the plastic paper, this also, Lord, please come to page 21, my lord, in this context. Then I'll my lord, come back to, my lord, what they did was, from Oasis school, as I will point out, my lord, between 8:02 to 9:23, one person enters, we have the CCTV footage, etc. He opens one of the trucks from behind, and he gives it to solvers. There are 8 solvers and 20 questions each, or 25 questions each is distributed amongst them, ensuring that they do not carry any mobile phones, because they don't want the paper to go beyond anyone who has not paid them. Now, after that memorizing exercise and after the students left, I'll come to that, they burn the paper. But page 21, this piece remained unburned. That was recovered by Bihar police, and there is in the middle one number. This number belongs to one girl who had already complained that the paper which I received was sealed by using lighter. The paper which your lordships have in hand is one time terrible. So the person who committed theft, Lord, tore it, got the photographs, put it back,
and resealed it.
And resealed it using the lighter, not the way.
That girl said that there was a.
Yeah, yes, we have the statement of that girl also, that yes, my paper, and this was also broken.
She complained. That girl?
No, in the survey, it's a statement. When we recorded this
by CBI.
Yes.
Because that's what that's CBI followed that lead because the
because of the number, this number belongs to only one person.
And that number was recovered from where?
From the place where students were brought at around in the morning of 5th, that papers would come. Papers would come in Patna. The papers would come by 10:30, 10:45. It came in 2 tranches. One subject was solved earlier, so it came at 10:30. Second subject was solved little later, so it came at 10:45. They were asked to memorize. And then at 12:45, and we have the CCTV footage of where they gathered for the purpose of going to that school, and they come back to that meeting point again and disperse to their respective centers, because they were from different centers, not from this school. School is only used for the purpose of committing theft of the paper.
Right.
Thereafter, they burnt You want? You can say that.
Yep, you can tell us. You can tell us.
With your lordship's permission.
Certainly.
Well, it knows it inside out.
Lord,
You can take
this serial number that is written on this half-burnt page is a unique number. If there are 24 lakhs question papers being printed, there will be 24 lakhs such different codes.
Right.
And this serial number goes to Oasis School only as per NTA record. It can't go to any other center in the country. So that is how we went to Oasis School and said that this serial number is supposed to come to you. To whom did you issue this paper to? It was issued to one genuine girl candidate.
She was not involved in any.
She was not involved in any place because the paper was not stolen. There is no displacement of the paper. It was just photographed and replaced back.
And it was again put back in the.
It was again put back, and so it went to a genuine candidate in the normal course. And that genuine candidate found the seal here was broken, that sticker. And this was also opened. She did not complain to the invigilator. She kept quiet, but to us, she said this is what she found. So that proves that it has been tampered. That is one, my lord. Secondly, these pieces were found in Patna.
This you found where exactly? This you found in Patna.
Patna, that Learns Boys High School, where about 25 candidates were gathered and the solved paper was given. So the original paper was not taken out, it was replaced back, but its printout was taken and circulated to the candidates, one paper per 2-3 candidates. They sat in a group and started memorizing it. And at the end of the 12:30 or so, they have to go to the centers because exam is at 2. Some centers are far away, some centers are nearby. Then they put all of them together and burnt it.
And this girl who was attempting, who was actually the girl to whom that tampered seal was handed over. She was in which center?
She was in Hazaribagh Oasis School.
She was in Oasis.
Because this serial number is allocated to Oasis School Center, my lord.
Oh, from
And
NTA.
from NTA. And NTA gives unique 24 lakh serial numbers so that no two candidates in the country will get the same serial number.
Right.
And this serial number, 124 lakh series is different for SBI. Another 24 lakh series is different for Canara Bank. So there will be almost 48 lakh codes. So that is how with this piece of paper recovered in Learns Boys School in Patna, we reached Hazaribagh. Because this serial number is allocated to only
But
Oasis.
it was otherwise to be destined for the Hazaribagh school.
Hazaribagh Oasis School alone. So there are 5
But
centers.
the breach occurred in Patna.
No, my lord.
Breach
It was
occurred
told-
again in
the
it was
breach
delayed
occurred
to
in
Patna.
Oasis School, but relate to Patna.
where these problem solving, etc. took place.
Problem solving also took place in Hazaribagh, my lord.
Hazaribagh.
Only there were 2 groups of candidates. One beneficiary group was in Hazaribagh, where the problem solving also took place in another floor of the same building.
Right.
And the first floor, girl candidates, female candidates were there. In the second floor, male candidates were there. In the third floor, the solvers were there. All the 7-8 solvers were together along with the gang.
Without
And-
telephones, without their.
And neither the candidates nor the solvers were allowed to bring the phones into that particular location. And after this solution, again, digital image was taken and it was transmitted to Patna Learns Boys High School, where one of the gang members of the accused is present.
And you recovered this burnt thing from
From Patna,
From
from that school, Learns Boys High School,
Oh, I see.
where there were 25 candidates.
Distributed this in the classroom.
Yes, sir.
So that person also.
The
couldn't
invigilator
realize
also did
that
not,
The seal
That
is
this has been
tempered.
again.
Yeah, he did not mind.
Resealed with a lighter.
That packet.
Because if you
No, the big
if
packet.
you reseal any plastic with a lighter, it will have burnt marks.
My lord,
This view.
yes. These are 72 question papers, ma'am. These 4-5 such packets are kept in a trunk. This has got 3 packets of 24 question papers each, inside separately packed. Now on this, the invigilator and center superintendent have to sign that when we are opening, there is no tampering. So though there was a tampering and burnt from one side and again refixed,
One paper.
and one paper removed and replaced, they have signed because the center superintendent and the city coordinator were also
Yeah,
part
that-
of the conspiracy.
Well, interrogated that person.
They arrested, yes.
We arrested, sir.
He was also part and parcel of this.
Yeah, yes, sir. He took money. He took money.
The center superintendent and the coordinator were part of this.
Yes, sir. Yes, my lord.
They
Both
are
were
arrested. They are in
Both
custody.
arrested. Apart from that, there is one more middleman who was a bridge between the gang and these two. And the conspiracy was hatched almost 2-3 months prior to the actual stealing, because they will have to identify one vulnerable center who is ready to accept and give the access.
But one question I had was, once they had this conspiracy about 2 or 3 months back, how is it that they confined the conspiracy to such a small group of people? Human greed otherwise is that he would want to maximize the profits which he's going to make from the conspiracy. Why did they then only confine themselves to say 25 students?
No, my lord, we have
Once they had-
given,
once they had invested, once they could have
we
done.
have given the figure in para number,
It's 155.
para number
About
113.11.
155 students.
150.
Yes. Well, what happens is, my lord, since they don't want the paper to go or their identity to be revealed to many people and exposing them to be arrested in advance, they go to the people, my lord, one to one. And those who fall into the trap, they give post-dated checks and some amount in advance. We have recovered the post-dated checks also. So post-dated checks now cannot be encashed. We have recovered them.
The money is not collected in one trance, my lord. Initially, one token advance is taken, so the candidate is permitted to gain access to that particular location where they're going to distribute the salt paper. Now, he doesn't know whether this is the content which is going to come in the exam. So once he comes out of the examination center, then only he confirms that, yes, what you gave me yesterday is the one, or what you gave me today morning is the one which came.
But there's no evidence to indicate that the conspiracy was wider, at least in Jharkhand and Bihar.
No, my lord. What we found so far was that there were 2 locations in Hazaribagh where this was shared after solving, and 1 location in Patna where this was shared after solving. And within Patna, that group had a subgroup of 6 female candidates who came on 4th itself. So they didn't want to keep the boys and girls in the same, under the same roof. So they put it in one of the accused houses, those 6 girls, for the night. And next day morning, once it was stolen, photographed, it came to the solvers, they solved it. Then again, a scanned copy was generated, sent to Patna through WhatsApp, and their printouts were taken, about 15 copies of each set. Botany, zoology in first go, it came at around 10-15 hours, and the physics, chemistry came at about 10:35 to 10:40. So they took printouts and gave 1 copy to 2-3 group of candidates. Since the girls were there in the other house, from here 1 hard copy was taken to that
Now,
house.
what about these statements which were recorded by the Economic Offences Unit in Bihar,
My lord,
saying that leak 4 तारीख के रात को हुआ था,
my lord,
on the 4th of May.
yes, yes.
And there seems to be an improvement in their subsequent statements when they say the leak took place between that morning hours on the
Not
5th.
only that, my lord, in the file which we has given to the court, my lord, page number 5,
Which one?
the Bihar report.
Bihar. वो Bihar वाला paper.
So in fact, first it was Bihar local police, then Bihar EOU.
EOU.
Lord, local police, my lord, it seems, I was shown yesterday, have, Lord, recorded in a cut paste mode, my lord. So once a paragraph, my lord, is added in every.
Because, you know, we saw the statement of Anurag Yadav. You will find it at page 132 of the file. Nitish Kumar at page 92 of the file. And Amit Anand at 88 of the file.
My lord, Anurag,
Read the cha-
Anurag Yadav at page 113 it is there, and 129 also it is there, my lord. But
It's a repetition.
before that, my lord, in this report, if my lordship may go to page number 5. Page number 5. This is the consolidated status report prepared by EOU 1 day before it was handed over to CBI, my lord. In that last paragraph,
It's 3 lines.
last 3 lines, my lord. Page number 5.
Now the relay from Hazaribagh to Patna
Is through
was
WhatsApp.
through the mobile of one of these persons who took a picture of the scanned answer sheets and sent us the solved answer sheets and sent them. Now, has that mobile been seized?
No, my lord. They have destroyed some of the gadgets, and yesterday we recovered some of them. Now we have to examine them forensically, whether these were this set of mobiles yesterday we recovered were from the same gang. But whether the same instruments were used for this offense or not has to be ascertained from FSL report.
And perhaps the FSL report will indicate as to whether this was sent only to Patna or did it go somewhere else also?
It will, if the WhatsApp chats are not deleted, then we will know where all it has gone. But apparently from the interrogation, they have destroyed those mobiles after the offense. The main core group, the fringe elements, 18 mobiles were recovered, my lord. That FSL report has come.
Yesterday, somewhere I was reading while we were.
Para 50.
I didn't flag that page.
Para,
they
para
threw it
51.
into the river or something.
Para 51. Para
We
51.
recovered from some water body.
Para 51 may kindly be seen, my lord, in our report. Para 51.
First report.
First report. Para numbers are in seriatim, my lord. Para 51. Para 51, last 3 lines, my lord. Sorry, para 52, my lord. Para 52, last 3 lines.
50, if you can.
52. Para 52.
Start with 5. 43.
It also may be seen, my lord.
Back to this page 21 of your report.
Yes, my lord.
Report.
Yes.
This is a work of an amateur. Professional would not commit this mistake. You would ensure that the entire paper is burned.
Shredded.
You got the clue, the first clue, because of these numbers.
Yes, my lord.
These numbers are to be found where on this booklet?
Yes, inside every page it will be there.
Inside.
Yes.
Your lordship
On the top also, on the top left corner, it is there, my lord.
Your lordships can open it, but this is used paper, so it can be opened.
On the top left
But your
corner.
lordship will have to tear it. It cannot be opened the way we open, my lord, the glued envelope.
You don't need a scissor.
No, you don't need a scissor. You are not supposed to be having a scissor as a student.
What was done is, with the camera in the mobile, it was clicked and a hard copy was downloaded. So this is that hard copy
Yes,
which
yes.
has been
That's
downloaded.
the reason why the girl student got her own paper that was earmarked to her.
So what was the idea in clicking this part, this part?
It's on every page.
It's on every page, my lord.
He doesn't have a choice.
Entire booklet was photographed.
Each page,
Each page.
each page.
Thereafter, it was put back in the envelope and tried to reseal with lighter.
As per the CCTV footage, my lord, he had 1 hour, 20 minutes. Yes. Even the OMR sheet will have the same number, my lord. The OMR sheet and question paper are matched. They come in the same packet.
Good. As my lord
What is the nature of the forensic evidence that we have in regard to the, the transmission of the data on the fact that there was a leak? We now know that there was a leak.
And my lord,
What we are unsure about is what time the leak took place and to what extent was the leak. Now, the leak takes, there is a leak, according to the investigation, the leak takes place at Hazaribagh. Now, the leaked, the solved question paper is then transmitted by electronic mode to Patna. Now, do we have any forensic evidence to indicate how that data was transferred and to which phones the data was transferred?
yeah, I'll answer that, my lord. Before that, this is the report of the Patna police, my lord, which has been submitted, page number 43, 44. There are more number of burnt pieces. If my lordship can. Semi-burnt pieces. In all those, the same serial number is figuring, which we have shown it here.
This is
So
solved.
that means.
And
of
that
the-
serial number is of the school.
Of the Oasis Center.
Same girl,
Right, the center.
same girl, same
Now,
number.
that means, my lord, all these burnt pieces belong to one question paper. It is not that 4, 5 question papers were stolen and burnt, because the serial number then has to be different on each piece of paper. Okay,
The question paper will have the center number and the serial number of the
code,
question paper itself.
serial number of the question
So
paper.
it has two things, the center number and the serial number of the question paper.
Yes, my lord.
And there's only one which has been.
Yeah. Now, for a moment, my lord, supposing we say that this paper got, this serial number paper got leaked on 4th itself, for example. One student. Now, if supposing this paper has got leaked on the previous day itself, on 4th, one of the learned counsels for the petitioner was also mentioning, and there was a confusion in regard to Anurag Yadav's statement also. We have CCTV footage of the main accused Pankaj Kumar alias Aditya, who has been arrested right now in our custody, that he has accessed the strong room of Oasis Center as per CCTV footage between 8:02 to 9:23 a.m. on 5th. So that was the time when he has access to this particular serial number.
That CCTV footage is from where? When he's entering, when he's leaving, or when?
Both.
With
Entering into the control room where the trunks were placed and exit from the control room where the trunks were placed. And the photograph of both the trunks before it was locked, the control room was locked after they were brought from the safe vault of the bank. And when they were opened again for all other witnesses and all, that photographs also we have given, my lord, in.
And the control room is under, the lock of the control room is in whose custody?
My lord, there are 2 doors to the control room, this particular control room. The front door was locked in front of everybody and the key was with the center superintendent. But the inside bolt of the rear door was kept deliberately open by the central superintendent as well as the city coordinator as part of the conspiracy.
To allow somebody to.
To allow somebody to enter. And this person whom I named just now was sitting in the staff room whose door is just adjacent to this rear door of the control room. It is hardly 2 steps to open the other door and enter this door. So 7:53, the front door of the control room is locked and everybody goes to inspect the examination halls, etc. From the rear door at 8:02, this man enters.
Only a minute. At this juncture, please see second status report, page 11.
So this man enters at about 8:03, about 8 o'clock.
8:02.
8:02, he enters from behind. That is recorded, movement is
That's-
recorded on the CCTV. And he leaves at about 8:23.
8:23. 9:23.
There are
So he's inside for almost 1.5 hours.
Because, my lord, there are 7 layers of packing. What we showed, my lordship, is only an individual question paper which comes in this packet of 72 questions. And this is again put in a trunk. Then trunk has 2 locks in the front and trunk is put in another carton box where the image can be seen at page number 11 of the second status
If you
report.
open the trunk from behind,
He has opened the
The
trunk
rivets
from
from
behind.
behind.
Rivets.
how did he use that? What
He-
kind of
he-
equipment did he have to open the trunk?
He had an exhaustive toolkit bag. The bag was kept in the control room by the center superintendent on the 4th.
Security surrounding that control room where the trunks were placed.
My lordship, it's the responsibility of the center superintendent itself. So
He is a
has-
party to
He has a party to it. He kept that
But he
toolkit,
kept the toolkit in that.
which is given by same accused 2 days prior, and he keeps it there. This man uses, he doesn't carry the toolkit because he comes out empty-handed. That is also seen. He just clicks on his phone, digital photographs, and walks off. He enters the campus at 7:12 and goes into the staff room and sits there. At 8:02, he enters the control room,
7 AM.
and 9:23, he exits the control room, and 9:24, he exits the center
But
itself.
how do we sort of hypothesize that this main accused Pankaj, that he sent the images of he first took a photograph, then he takes it to the problem solvers.
He sends it immediately after he exits the campus to the problem solvers. Where
Problem solvers are also in Hazaribagh.
they are in Hazaribagh in a guest house called, which is named in our report, my lord, on the 3rd floor.
Now,
And there is a
Is there-
printer there.
right, and from once they are solved by the problem solvers, they are remitted by whom? Again, by the same accused
By the
to,
same accused.
to
The
Patna.
Pankaj also goes to that same location,
And then
and
he
they
sends
have
it
a
to Patna.
group of several people there, about 9 persons.
How do we rule out this, that Pankaj may have sent it to other locations also?
But so far, from the investigation and interrogation of the accused, we found only 4 locations, my lord, 2 in Patna, 2 in Hazaribagh. And the top gangster is somebody. Below that, there are about 5 main persons, out of which 3 we have arrested and they are in our custody. And we have interrogated them. And below that, they have some people who mobilize the candidates, some people who identify the safe house, some people who
Is the top gangster also in custody or no?
not yet.
Solvers are in custody. How did the solvers actually transmit? They were solving. Were they solving the questions
Solvers,
digitally? They were solving them on paper? What were they doing?
yeah, my lord. For example, if my lordship may see page 50 and 51, you can see the tick marks on the hard copy, half burnt papers. The size of this tick mark is different from the size of the tick mark which we recovered from the candidate, the girl candidate of Oasis. She has put a small tick. And in that, for every question, there is only one tick, what she thought it was the correct answer. So this tick is on another hard copy,
No, one clarification.
on a printout.
The man enters that control room, what control room?
Control room they call it. It's a hall.
According to you, sir, he was in that room for 1 hour and
20
minutes.
minutes, 21 minutes.
He must have taken time to open the trunk from behind. He took out one question paper, which unfortunately was given to that girl. Then he clicks pictures on his mobile. From his mobile, he forwards it to the solvers.
Not to the solvers, my lord. He forwards it to one of their own counterpart who is with the solvers physically.
Physical acts. He forwards it to X. X is in company of the solvers at the guest house.
Yes, ma'am.
Then he must have parted that with the solvers.
He takes a hard printout.
This is that burnt thing is the hard print.
Printout.
One-
Solved printout.
1 second, my lord.
Okay.
The
So
sol-
after the solvers solve the question paper,
It's again scanned
By whom?
whom?
by the same accused who are
Okay.
there with him.
Oh, the
Pankaj
other
also
person was
is,
Other
there.
person.
Pankaj is also there.
Pankaj is also.
And this scanned copy, we know, has been sent to Patna.
Yes.
It is
And also to one other location.
another center in Hazaribagh
Yes.
and to Patna. But we have, how do we sort of conclusively say that this scanned copy has been sent to no other centers other than one more at Hazaribagh and one at Patna?
My lord,
So we have no forensic, we don't have forensic data to, if we had forensic data, then there would be electronic footprints that this was sent to this was sent to this number, this was sent to this number.
That is why I gave the figures, because the time available for them to impart this, Lord, whatever they have stolen was hardly 1.5 hours to 2 hours. And therefore, even the students who are now caught, those who are beneficiaries according to us,
Because you know what?
they also did not fare well.
Earlier we thought that, you know, that after he takes the photographs, that he comes to the center at about 9:30 and 45 minutes is given to the problem solvers. No, the problem solvers probably got the question paper at 8:30 itself.
no, my lord, at around 9:24, after he comes out, he transmits it as per the
That's the statements of
interrogation
the
statements. Of,
These are the statements.
His mobile is not available and that co-conspirator in
Hazaribagh's guest house is not so far away. Even the person who received, we have arrested him in Hazaribagh. Yes.
right after lunch.
My lord, this is, according to me, my lord, the first prime test. That first 100, if I have the paper, if my group has the paper, it would be a bulk of people topping the exam. Because if I have the questions, I have the answers, obviously.
Now, just one thing we want to ask you, in this top 100, do we have any students coming from, say, Hazaribagh?
Yes,
But
I'll show everything.
You'd like to see?
Yes, my lord. And I will also show what was the.
Sikar, Hazaribagh.
Yes. Well, what I have also, my lord, done, we have done an exercise as to what was the position of those centers in 2022, 2023, and 2024. Whether there is any marked jump or rise or not. My lord, that would be the only indication for deciding cross-country impact, if at all there is any impact. My lord, we have filed, my lord, submissions, my lord. Lord, it is mailed to your lordships, but for ready reference, I can. आपको दे दी है। I have, my lord, the hard copies as well.
Look at it. Can the written submission will be-